So when you watch the conclave and the young pope, the conclave and the young pope, I want people to consider as they watch this. Um, you can watch it at space level if you want and just say, oh, that was an enjoyable series or that was an enjoyable movie, or you can take a step or two higher and think about the um, political aspect of it. Um, you can also think of the psychological aspect of it, um, the interchanges that occur, the interchange, the interplay, if you will, as it relates to uh, in the U.S. we have our own political system, right? So think of the conclave and the young pope parallel with um, our political system, um, and watch how, just look for the nuances in how there are similarities and there are differences. So essentially, just doing a comparison, compare and contrast. And for me, when I look at it, I say to myself, where are the similarities? Because I thought to myself as I was watching them, I thought to myself, in terms of our political, and it should obviously, we have this thing about separation of church and state, right? And so, we take a look at that when it relates to the government. And I say to myself, okay, so if we're separating church and state, let's see where the similarities are, um, in how the conclave played out. And then, of course, in how, and I'm only looking from a U.S. government view, not from a world view, because, that's really what essentially, the majority of what I know, and I don't even know everything there, but that's what I've come to know and understand is our political system. And so I take a look at that. Does that mean, oh, we have, this one has, I'm not referring to the voting because obviously the voting is different in terms of how they vote and, our elected officials, who they vote, things of that nature. So it's not the popular vote so much, whereas for them and their conclaves, it is the popular vote. But what I want to more ask everybody to focus on is, that how the political system is here is very similar to what they've displayed on in these movies. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even saying, these are the definitives and oh, that's exactly the way it is, where they do it. No. And I just want you to get a view, get a feel for it. And as they, it's very interesting when you watch Stanley Tucci on there. You say to yourself, "Wow, what a political animal on this show." That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch it and think about these things when you watch it.